everyone, welcome back to Artemis Mission Control. No, it's not Artemis. So, welcome back, guys. That threw you for a little loop. We actually have 2 videos for this week because I'm feeling a little bit spicy, and I just thought that it would be a little bit fun to just throw in a second video because you guys have asked for that before, you know, every now and then. So I decided, you know what, let's make this a reality. Now, the people who actually ended up making this a reality for you guys are the people over at Figshelf. Now, I know you guys have been Black Friday shopping. I know you guys have been waiting for Figshelf to be a thing. Now, lucky for you, Figshelf is actually coming, and their Kickstarter is starting up soon. But they decided to bring together different creators. Creators, I don't want to call myself a creator now, but they called me a creator. And they said, hey, you know, Figshelf is asking the community to go make a video about it, to go explain some of the lovely things that they have to offer. And as I have done in many of my videos before, I love Figshelf, I love what they're working on, and I love what they're doing. So we're gonna have a video talking about we're gonna have a video talking about what the best way to log your purchases, future purchases, and your future collections will be with Figshelf. So I would like to thank Figshelf for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys. It's chill and cool and awesome. And if you guys like all the features that I'm about to, detail for you guys should go sign up using my link. They're not gonna spam you. They're not gonna, take all your credit card information. It's not a data breach. They're just wanting to know who's interested in their services. Little back and forth, so they can get a little bit of feedback. Let's dive right into all the fun things that they have to offer, shall we? So, feature 1. The first feature that we have to look forward to. Now, this is something that will be exclusive to Figshelf, I believe. I don't even think MFC has something like this. But one of the main things that Figshelf is actually interested in providing to all of you lovely people is exclusive discounts and coupons. So it's definitely power in numbers. And I think we all know this by now. A small group of people can make a big change in the world, and we're going to be doing so on a much smaller scale. But at least in the figure collecting space, it's a big deal to make figures a little bit more affordable. And that's sort of what the people at Figshelf are hoping to do with their exclusive coupons and discounts, feature. So if we get enough people, we can make our voices heard, and companies will have more of an incentive to give the users of Figshelf, if there are enough of them, exclusive coupons to their stores, which will make figure shopping an even more, pleasant experience for you guys. Because who doesn't like saving a little bit of money? In addition to that, we'll also be able to vote on which characters or figures we want to see from these companies. We'll be able to have direct contact with them rather than each of us individually going on one of their forums, which I think Good Smile Company has, or Kurubukia, for example, to request like re-releases or something. You'll be able to do that all on Figshelf. I personally hate going on multiple websites having to do the same thing over and over again. So if I definitely want a figure of like Power or like, I don't know, Yumeko, like in my last video, I'm gonna go over to Figshelf and I'm gonna go tippy-tappy to the companies on my own, and I'm gonna be able to talk about it with them, which would be really cool. So that's our first feature we have to look forward to. So the second feature that Figshelf is hoping to bring to everybody is the social feed / homepage / post flares, section, which are all kind of combined into one category, aka social media, but for your figures. Now, we know that MFC has, articles that you can share pictures with, or you can share individual pictures, but it doesn't really have the framework necessary in order to be something like Reddit, where you can, talk about your picture and like have people interact with it really often and make it a smooth experience. So one of the main things that will be provided is that there will be a main social feed and custom post flares that you can add, such like unboxing, figure review, mail calls, help posts, and trading and selling as well, which again is available through like 5 different websites if you want to do all that, but all of those will be combined into the main social tab that you can access on Figshelf, which makes things a whole lot easier. So, another really cool thing that Figshelf is hoping to bring to you guys, other than the main social media tab, if you guys want to post your collections and get a bunch of Facebook click likes, is the profile and shelf section, which, as you might have guessed, is something similar to MFC, but instead you'll be able to put any of your figures in here with the most complete database available on the internet, and you'll be able to have a Grail section, a top 9, and it'll have your MSRP total which if you don't know what MSRP means, I don't know the abbreviation either, but it basically means the total worth of your collection, which it'll automatically calculate for you. And it'll also be you'll also have the owned by brand section, which is a lot cleaner in my opinion than MFC ever was in my humble, experience. And a user can put as many figures as they want in their profile or in their shelves, and you'll also be able to keep track of your collection by owned, ordered, and wished, just like the competitor, but it'll look a lot cleaner. I'll put up some examples, obviously, as I'm talking about everything, but I'm really excited for this simply because sometimes you forget what your grail is. I mean, you shouldn't forget what your grail is if you have, but if you were wondering and if you wanted everybody to see it, you would be able to know. And if you want to feel terrible about how much money you've spent in total on your figures, it'll be right there for you to watch. So, I know I'm excited to find out because I've given up on trying to figure it out. But yeah, that's the third feature that we have available. Now, another thing that I'm really excited about is their market option. So the community market is going to be unlike other platforms. So there will be safety tips, guidelines, and seller reviews. Rather than just trying to dig through somebody's page and find one comment that they might have posted themselves through a different account, or there will actually be a way to verify and feel safe in your purchases. As somebody who has been scammed, if you know, I would have really appreciated this type of feedback help section, and you'll be able to avoid any potential scammers, just like I did. So don't make my mistake. Go look at the self-care guide on Figshelf, which is kind of awesome. There will also be multiple filtering options so you can find the exact figure or statue that you're looking for, which, again, if you're looking on MFC, all those listings are really hard to, come by. Again, the reason why I'm mentioning MFC so much is because that's sort of the main competitor. If you have your own Google Excel sheet, that's also really hard to keep track of, in my opinion. I've given up on mine multiple times. So, yeah, I'm really excited for the market because then maybe it will be a little bit easier to go get your hands on a figure. So, as I mentioned before, Figshelf is actually quite unique in their database, and the database is always updating. It's not just stagnant and you're not waiting months for a new update, and each user can also update or upload any missing figure that they might have not already had, which I highly doubt because they're probably going to have every figure known to man. Probably even the gachapons that you find in a random corner in your mall. But if they somehow don't have it, you'll be able to upload entries for missing figures as well. Each figure page will have all the manufacturer's details, such as edition, size, dimensions, and how many people own it, if you want to compare and have your top 100. And also how many people wished it, and where you can buy it. Now, again, Artemis, we already have all these features. You don't have them efficiently, and half of them are scam links anyway. So, don't take it from me. Actually, take it from me. That's the whole point. But let's take a little move on to the next thing. So, what else does Figshelf have to offer? One of the cool things that Figshelf actually has to offer over here is the shelf care wiki. You should practice self-care, but this time we're talking about shelf care. And this wiki is going to be full of pre-existing articles and user-submitted articles of all figure-related tips and tricks. So how to dust your figures, how to keep them safe, keep them away from sunlight, all this other fun stuff. You'll be able to find it in a very concise and a very extensive sort of page. Another example of things that you could find in this section is lighting tips, which a lot of people ask me about sometimes, even though it's literally just LEDs. But some people have really cool lighting setups that you'll be able to ask for on that page, and where to find the best deals. How do we do this? How do we do that? You'll be able to ask that on the Shelf Care Wiki. So all collectors can share and help each other for all aspects of the hobby, which kind of is the point of posting your things online. It's having a sense of community with everybody, which I think is really cool. So, feature numero 7. We have a lot of features. We have a lot of features to go through. But something that's new with Figshelf is actually their newsfeed. There will be a live newsfeed that is updated with all the new releases and pre-orders so that you can see what's coming from your favorite stores. So rather than waiting for me to edit and upload my video, which you should still watch by the way, you can go see live what new figures are being put up for pre-order and re-releases and all that other fun stuff without having to wait for, my or other people's reaction, if you don't watch my video, which would make me sad, but, at least you'll have that option with the shelf. But, yeah, each link would redirect to the database so that you'll be able to choose the store of your choice without having to search for it online. I think one of the greatest things about Figshelf is the fact that they're trying to make figure collecting as convenient for you as possible, because you're already spending so much of your hard-earned money, you know, trying to like buy figures and enjoying buying figures. You don't need the extra complexity of having to search it up and finding the best deals and all this other coupon stuff. So Figshelf has got you. So the last thing that I want to talk to you about is what they're planning on for their future development. Now, these are all features that are confirmed and that are going to be present when they open their Kickstarter, but they're definitely working on new things to make it as enjoyable for everybody that supports their Kickstarter as possible and their new users. So what does their future development look like? Now, the Figshelf team is working on tons of future development, like an STL shop for all figure-related 3D printables, a unique figure line based on the user's requests. They're also implementing barcode and QR code scanning to directly upload all your new purchases to your shelf so you don't have to go search it up. And they're looking to add a whole lot more. So I'm really excited for the future of Figshelf. You know, I'm actually going to put up the article here where people were looking for MFC alternatives, and there are a lot of people in the comments talking about like all these different websites, but you might find my comment down there. But I genuinely think that Figshelf has a lot of potential, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So I'm excited. I've signed up with my own link, which is hilarious. But if you guys are interested in the features that I've mentioned, or you're interested in the potential that Figshelf has, I implore you, what a fancy word. I implore you to go down to the description and sign up with my link below. Again, you're not agreeing to pay anything yet. I'm kidding. You're not agreeing to pay anything up front, and it's definitely not spam. It just makes this a whole lot easier for them to justify all the work that they're doing. But yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful day. The sun is already setting and the light is kind of going to poop. So I will see you guys in the next one, definitely this week. So 2-week video. Anyways, bye. There are definitely powers in it. There are definitely... Okay, in my opinion. Now... Shit. I was not recording that. Multiple... You'll also be able to enable multiple... Oh my god.